Hello there, Amy. I hope that you're doing well. Thank you so much for your support, and I'm so happy to have this time to be able to do a reading for you today. I'm so happy that you reached out, and I cannot thank you enough for your very kind donation. So we're going to be focusing on some of your romantic relationships today. Pretty exciting stuff. That's a popular focus in readings. So I don't know if this helps, but you're not the only one struggling in this area. Definitely not. I don't know if you got my message, but I messaged you a little while ago, letting you know that I'd made one reading for you, and then it totally disappeared. And then I actually did another reading for you that did the same thing. And it turns out it was just my other computer, which I normally use, just totally decided to give out and not work. So those first two readings, I guess, were not your messages, though they both had very similar themes. So this will be the real test to see if those same themes kind of stick in this reading. Some of the themes that kind of came up, the star, I will take that. Ace of Pentacles, Judgment. Yeah, some similar cards are coming up, which is crazy. All three readings I've done for you today, similar three cards have come up for. Essentially, there's been a lot of blockage in my throat chakra energy, which, speaking of, I'll be right back. Okay, I had to get some coffee. Awesome. So essentially, there's been a lot of block in the throat chakra, having a really tough time getting words out or saying things. So I think that could mean some blocks in communication. Spirit, truly grateful for your guidance. Give us some messages for Amy here today. Some more messages. We've had so many already. So there could be a little bit of block as far as your ability to communicate or convey exactly what it is you are trying to say or want to say, or get across in that sense. I have the Death card, I have the Moon card. It's wild. These are all the same cards that have come up for all three of your readings today. So that is just kind of confirmation for me, where I'm okay. The Chariot. The Chariot literally came out. This is the third time for you today. So we'll start from the very top. I won't act like you know what I'm rambling on about, because you didn't get to see the first two readings, which I'm really upset about. That first one I did for you is one of my favorite readings I think I've ever done. So essentially we have the Star for you here, which just kind of talks about that Aquarian energy and that sort of new age, new forward thinking, kind of wanting to push forward, push through with the new world order and the new way that things should be, and the new way that things should be moving, and that you feel the new way that things should be going. And that could be within, I'm trying to kind of get this to show to you, because the artwork on these cards is really cool. I think so anyways. So essentially it's these big new opportunities and these big new ways of thinking that could be happening within your personal life, within your romantic life, within your spiritual life, or just within, the whole world as a bigger picture. I have the Ace of Pentacles, which I've been pulling a lot of pentacles for you, which literally, to break it down in simpler terms, is really just about your money, and how not only that you've had a new start in money, but you have had a lot of opportunity to grow and learn and challenge yourself, and you've been working really hard. And so your financial stability and your financial well-being are both really good factors about yourself and really powerful attributes about your present day, current self. And like I said, it's been harder, and you've worked really hard for this sort of stuff. The Judgment card comes into play again for you here, as it has in the last two readings as well. And this is really just all about, I think for you, the message I'm getting is that you do tend to judge yourself a lot. The great thing about doing your reading literal three times today, this is the third one, is that having all these same messages, I feel like I can get them across to you in a much more concise way, because I keep seeing these themes. These are themes that I've been talking about for you all afternoon. So this one has just been sort of coming up as it seems as if you can be really, really judgmental to yourself in your relationships and in just your, your life in general. Where it's like you have this false idea that the things you're doing are wrong, or that your ideas are not, how can I say this? Like, you put others on a pedestal, so it's like you don't even really go into every situation seeing yourself as an equal, which you totally are. And sometimes you're even giving chances to people and giving your energy to people that aren't your equal, like they aren't on the same level as you. And just was like you're putting yourself on this lower tier to all these different people, and I just want you to know, it's not necessary, like all of the judgment that's happening for yourself and towards yourself, not necessary. The Knight of Rods comes up, which just talks to me about kind of all the fighting and persevering that you've had to do in regards to your, sorry, the dogs are probably going to be barking throughout this. Hey, you guys, let's stop that, please. No more. Boys. Okay, sorry about that. So basically, what was I saying here? Okay, so your mental strength and your independence and the fact that you've been able to forge your own path forward and to be an independent thinker and to be a free thinker and to be someone that isn't afraid to be yourself, it's taken a lot of dedication. It's taken a lot of bravery. It's taken a lot of just kind of pushing forward and pushing through with being yourself and having to fight all of these demons and all of these blocks and all of this bullshit that has gotten in your way on this kind of path to what we have here, which is the Queen of Swords, which is someone who is very in power with their energy and who is very in power, in their own life, and who, maybe it doesn't feel like you have control, of course not, over your love life and your romantic situations, because none of us have control over those things. That is something that we have to relinquish control to the universe, and things aren't going to work out, and you're going to feel rejected at times, and you're going to feel like really discouraged and really downtrodden about these things sometimes. That's heartbreak. That's part of life. But this Queen of Swords here is just a confirmation that in all other aspects of your life, you are focused and you are centered and you are at one. So when it comes to your financial stability, when it comes to your, your logical thinking, and when it comes to, the fact that you're reliable and dependable and responsible and stable, all of that stuff is a go. All of that stuff is golden. Next I have the Death card here, which the first reading I did for you, this was the very first card that I pulled out. And this really just talks to me about, as scary as it sounds, death. I know some people really get caught up on that, but it's really just a transformation, a rebirth that needs to happen. It's the ending of something and the beginning of something new. It's kind of letting go of old things that maybe were holding you back, letting go of old ways of thinking, letting go of just kind of particular things that aren't really necessary for you to move forward, I think. So that is a good card there for you. And I honestly just really think it could be about, with what I'm seeing kind of next to it, the moon, which has been coming up for you, is that there are kind of a lot of illusions or a lot of things, maybe a little bit of what I was talking about, not being in control of your love life and kind of being like, you know what, I've given so much of myself to this and I feel like I've put in so much work. But I'm almost gathering this information for you that the universe has kind of let you down in these circumstances and situations to protect you. So it's sort of like these rejections are what feels like have been rejections, or what feels like, love situations that have not culminated or turned out the way that you want them to. That has been a protection of you, because the Chariot card here is like a coming home and like a building stability within yourself and a building safety within yourself. And I think really it's just kind of saying that your energy is so powerful and so wonderful on its own that it's like you can't just have anyone coming in and sharing that with just anyone. It's really going to have to take a special person and a special situation for it to be something that is meant for you and to catch your interest. And not only catch your interest, but be something that's worthwhile for you. So I hope those messages resonated a little. We're going to keep drawing. Oh, My computer went dark there for a second. I'm so scared I'm going to lose this one. Also, it's so weird adjusting to this camera because this computer is huge. My other one, I was using a smaller camera. It's a much different angle, so I won't go on too much about that. No excuses here. I'm really just happy to be finally getting this reading done for you. I still cannot believe I lost those other ones. But what the fuck? What the hell can you do? It's life. More messages jumping out for you already. Spirit, I'm truly grateful for your guidance. Let's get some more messages for Amy here. Whew. Okay, we have the Tower again, which I pulled for you last time. Ace of Swords, Seven of Pentacles, Three of Rods. I don't know if any of that means anything to you, but we will go into detail here in just a second. Spirit, truly grateful. Send us a few more messages for Amy here today, please. Okay. I have a bunch of cards in the deck that are not right side up, so we're going to go through and find out which ones those are. That's the first one. Knight of Pentacles. We'll take that. We have Ten of Rods here. We'll take that. We have, the Eight of Pentacles here. We'll take that. It's like literally all of the same pentacles you were getting last time. We have another here. We'll take that. The Emperor. It actually hadn't come up yet. Okay. That looks like it for now. Thank you, Spirit. Really grateful. So let's see here. We have a Seven of Pentacles, which is kind of just more about your work, more about your financial stability, your financial life. I talked a lot about this with you in the last two readings I did for you, the ones that offed themselves. I'll stop talking about those. I am bummed, though. A lot of Pentacles, so a lot about your money, a lot about how hard you've worked for your financial well-being, for your financial stability. And I think it really shows, and it really kind of has this essence of, you know, you've built your dock and you've built your, kind of your place, your home, and now you're ready for your ships to come in. So it's like you have created this amazing environment and altar and kind of safe haven for yourself. And so the things that you want to manifest in love, once you get clear about those things with the universe, and once you get clearer on those things about what they are with yourself, you can really start to draw those things in, and you have the space ready for that. I do have a few Tower moments that have come up for you, which is essentially just kind of a rebuilding. It's a lot like the Death card in a sense of something has to fall apart, something has to shatter. It could be a way that you're thinking about things. It could be a way that you're limiting yourself in thinking about things. Maybe you are kind of feeling so hopeless about your romance and about your prospects in romance that you are kind of shutting down a little bit and kind of canceling opportunities for yourself. And this is kind of just a reminder that, you know, there's hope to rebuild. And in order to kind of get started on that new foundation, you do have to tumble down. Everything has to fall apart, and it has to be kind of a really big mess. So get ready for some messiness, or you've been traversing a lot of messiness is what I'm seeing. Okay. Now we have the Ace of Swords, which is just sort of like a strength and independence kind of card. Which strength came up for you the last two readings that we did, so we'll talk about that a little. And I think it's just a lot about the fight that you've had to put in, and a lot about kind of the demons of your own self that you have battled and that you've gotten through. And when I see it here with the Three of Rods next to it, it really just does talk about the kind of warrior stance that you've had to take and that you have taken. And that kind of way that you move. You move in this kind of mystical way where you trust the universe and you, you know, don't try and control things. And, but you've really had to fight. You've really had to fight to not want to control everything and to not think that you can control everything and to not beat yourself up in situations where you realize that things are unfolding how they're going to unfold, and there's really not much say that I have in it a lot of times. And I know that's kind of a hard reckoning thing, kind of a hard thing to come to terms with, but like I've said, you have the Knight of Pentacles here. You really are on top of your game as far as your stability and your finances go. And I think that that's so important, because if you're trying to draw in love and you don't have your shit together at all, it's never going to work. So don't think that this is the block. The block is not that you are not ready for this. The block is not that you are too unsteady for this or that you are too unstable for this. The block is more so in how you view yourself in your relationships. And it's more so how much you take on in relationships and how much you take on in general. Because maybe sometimes you busy yourself so much that you don't even have time to think about your emotions or what it is that you want or what it is in a relationship that you desire. You know, that sort of thing isn't just going to land in your lap. That sort of thing is something you really have to come to terms with. So maybe there's been a bit of busying yourself or distracting yourself with work and kind of with different logical mind thinking and logical things and responsibilities, so much so that you haven't really had the chance to get clear with spirit or get clear with yourself or get clear with the universe about what it is you really want in a person, what it is you really want in a relationship. I think you're coming to learn what you don't want, and so that's important. We have more pentacles here, which is just honestly more about your work, more about your dedication and your ability to have something that you want to get done and accomplish that and complete that and move through with that and move forward with that. So I think that that's really powerful. And I don't know, I think in the 3 readings I've done for you today, every single pentacle card has come out. Like every form of pentacle has come out. So honestly, I don't want to be like, oh, you're going to get rich or some really awesome financial thing is coming your way. But this could be a really good omen as far as finances go. So there really could be a lot of financial gain that you've been making, or there could be some big financial amazing thing that's going to happen to you. So if you're getting ready to make any decisions as far as jobs, business, money, finances go, I'm getting all heads up, all good to go. Move forward with your plans, move forward with your ideas, because you're not going to fail in that sense. And I'm getting the Emperor's confirmation here that you kind of are the master of your universe in that way. And a little bit unstoppable as far as how your ideas about self are going and moving along and moving forward. Like I really see that with this death and rebirth and this tower kind of moments that we've seen for you, it really does feel like you are turning a new leaf with the way that you look at yourself. And I think that that's going to do wonders for your love life, because if you're able to go into situations with confidence and go into situations, seeing yourself as an equal and seeing yourself as someone who is deserving of a higher love and deserving of less bullshit, less nonsense, then I think that's just what you're going to receive. Alright, I have some other cards for you. I was just using the Aquarian deck, which I really like a lot. This is a deck I go to very often. This is my newest deck that I started working with. It's called the City Mystic deck. It is definitely probably my favorite of right now. It was made by a group based out of New York City, and these are all photographs that they took of the city to make into the cards. Enough about that. This is not a paid advertisement. No, really, it's not. Someone should pay me, though. I mean, besides you lovely people, thank you so much for giving me money. I have not been able to work these last few days. COVID bullshit, blah, blah, blah. I don't think I have it, but, I had a relative die of it, so I'm really trying to be safe and not get other people sick. Blah, 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 blase, blase, whatever. You get the idea. I've been being really safe, though, so if I do have it, I'd be bummed. A card just fell on the floor. I'm going to grab it. Okay. Let's just see here. What do we got? Okay, we have the Wheel of Fortune. If I could get my life together. I'm not very comfortable trying to adjust to the height of this new camera. Wheel of Fortune. When am I ever very comfortable, though? Let's be honest. Okay, so this is sort of a confirmation about relinquishing control. And we kind of already talked about that, how, it doesn't feel like you need to be in control of situations or that you even feel like you have the power to be. at this point, I think you've kind of realized that, like, that's not really possible. And I think that's good and important and awesome. So this is just kind of a confirmation, like, yeah, let's relinquish control. Let's not think that we have the ability to force factors and manipulate them, because that's not how it's working. That's not how it's going to pan out for us. So let's see what we get next here. Spirit, truly grateful for your guidance. Give us a few more messages for Amy. I'm not going to sing during readings anymore. I tried that out just now and realized that I do not like it. My corgi's kind of freaking out here. Baby, what's going on? What is wrong, my love? Would you like to come say hi to Amy? Come here. Come here, hon. Come here. Ooh. Okay, here we have a little, not so little giant corgi. I think he just wanted to say hello. I think that's over with now. Okay. There we go. I hope he's happy. Okay. I think we had these cards. Actually, no. I mixed up. I got myself all mixed up there. I'm gonna put those cards back and reshuffle. Can't believe we're at 21 minutes already. The last readings I did for you were like 26, 25, and 26 minutes. I can't believe those got lost in the matrix. But everything happens for a reason or whatever, so fuck it, you know? This one's gonna be better. And like I said, it's kind of all the same messages. I think there was just some really cool stuff that I randomly like came out with in the first one that hit me like I wasn't even expecting. I think I was testing the sound for your video to make sure my microphone was on. And then I just like started spouting out all of these crazy... keep moving this so that you don't have to look at my ugly fire hydrant. Is that what that's called? No, it's called a fire extinguisher. I did not just call that a fire hydrant. Okay, moving on. But no, I mean that extinguisher because my biggest fear is like a fire, like starting this whole place on fire. And so, God forbid that ever happens, I have an extinguisher. Oh, that's good. Okay, I'm gonna stop this nonsense. We're going to pull some more cards. Spirit, truly grateful for your guidance. A few last messages for Amy here today. In regards to her love life. Okay. 4 of Cups, the Devil. 3 of Swords, 4 of Swords. Okay, so a 4 of Cups is very much so about your emotions, very much so about kind of being open and balanced as far as your emotions go. So even though things don't seem to be working out in your love life, I feel as if you should keep pushing forward and keep trying and keep, like, not being afraid to be vulnerable and not being afraid to give yourself to these situations because the right person is going to come along and it's going to be like, oh, worth the whole wait, worth the whole loads of bullshit that you had to go through to get to that point. So please, don't lose faith. Oh my God, the cat. Come on, sis. Oh, okay. Hold on a second. Are you okay? Are you alright, baby? You okay? Okay, so the cat fell off the table. He seems to just be a little scared. He was doing a weird thing with his paw, so I hope his paw's okay. Alright, let's see how many animals we can let distract this video. Alright, getting back to it. What the hell was I saying? Oh yes, do not lose hope. Do not lose faith. The cat's okay. He just looks so confused. He's like, what just happened to me? Really all that happened is he fell off the table. Okay. So, 4 of Cups. This is kind of like not only balance within love, but sort of like could be some sort of union that has a lot of balance in it. So it could be a kind of a confirmation in that sense, but then kind of for your final messages that I got, we have the Devil. So that just talks about like devilish functions or things that are getting in your way, very obviously, coming into play. And it could be like demons or old ways of thinking. I think those are things that have been coming up. So things that you believe about yourself to be true that maybe aren't, being too hard on yourself, putting other people on pedestals, Not really noticing yourself as an equal. 3 of Swords here. So this is kind of just, yeah, kind of 3 and 4 of Swords. A little bit of blockages in your thinking. Like the ways that you are viewing love and the ways that you are viewing yourself. Remember that that's very important because our mind has so much power, you know, and like when we're getting ready to manifest something or when we're getting ready to draw things in and do things that are big and powerful and big choices in our lives, the things we think about have so much to do with that. And these are things that if we're going to be manifesting, we should be writing them down. We should be, you know, kind of following the moon cycles. There's a new moon coming up. So I want you to really get clear with yourself and the universe what it is you want to manifest as far as your relationships and as far as, you know, things that you want to be better at and better inside of yourself. Really get clear with the universe about those things. And really just try and believe in yourself and not deem yourself unworthy of partnership and fairness and people that love you, because I think you've got that definitely coming to you. And I'm sorry that it's been such a struggle, but trust me, we are all going through it. Not to minimize your situation by any far stretch. Bottom of the deck here to close you out, we have the 2 of Cups, which is more of that love, more of that confirmation. This is actually a soulmates card. So there could be someone that you're dealing with or someone coming in that is very good for you. And I just want you to be open to that and wear your heart on your sleeve and be vulnerable and don't be afraid and jump right into it. Like it's your first time loving someone. So thank you so much, Amy, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Bye now.